Deus Ex has always been one of the most influential gaming titles of its genre. While early first-person games focused strictly on combat, Deus Ex shook that foundation at its core with its fusion of role-playing, shooting, and adventure. It introduced an augmented cyberpunk world which embodied today's conspiracy theories, secret organizations, classism, and player choice. Nearly 5 years after breathing new life into the franchise with Human Revolution, Eidos Montreal is now back with Mankind Divided, a game very much like its predecessor but manages to surpass it in nearly every aspect. The year's 2099 and augmented rights have been stripped away at their core. Augmented individuals are segregated, looked down upon, punished, and are often shipped off into collective ghettos. This has caused a spike in augmented extremist terrorism, leading to the bombing of a train station in Prague. After literally being caught in the crossfire, Adam Jensen responds with all of his badassery against corrupt local authorities, controversial political voices, and leaders of organized crime. While being much larger than Human Revolution, it doesn't feel as empty or laced with a nasty urine filter. The story is more level-headed and focused. You're not too worried about saving the entire world from some hot-tempered bad guy with a crappy goatee, and it's definitely refreshing. Mankind Divided feels and plays like a solid, well-formed episode of a much larger story that we haven't been told. There are details at every corner that communicate what the people of this world are going through. Apartments that reflect their owner's personality, markets are packed and filled with life, and the city has a completely different feel from night to day. It's a dream to every explorer and a nightmare to every completionist. Almost every location is littered with hidden entrances, secret routes, and gated tunnels. One small detour behind a trash can can lead you twisting and turning beneath the city for hours. Augmentation is still center stage, and with that, fan favorites like being able to bitch slap your way through a brick wall or lift some supersized trash can like a raging Hulk will all make their return, as well as a few new experimental ones like the Tesla gun or the Nano Blade launcher. There's also a new overheating system in place as well, which in theory will force you to micromanage your augments so that you don't fry your brain into a crispy taco. Although in practice, I found that the system could be entirely ignored. The only downfall from this was an annoying error message on the screen that refused to go away. The great thing about the new augment system is that it's no longer locked behind some ill-conceived skill tree of requirements. Instead, augments can now be unlocked in any order, and players are free to build the most badass T-1000 of their dreams without worry of Skynet breathing down their backs. For about 99% of the game, enemy AI was pretty top-notch. At times, I've seen enemies flank, attempt to smoke me out of hiding, and through the use of some advanced tactics were even able to take me down with just a few well-placed shots. On the other hand, charging straight for them seems to make them shit their pants as they throw any bit of intelligence right out the window and literally dance in circles in front of you. This didn't always happen, but it was damn enjoyable when it did. Mankind Divided also suffers from inconsistent character models, plastic-looking faces, random frame rate stutters, characters who'd ignore the laws of gravity altogether, and at one time the map decided to just delete itself. Other reviewers also seemed very off-put by the inclusion of microtransactions, giving players the option to buy extra weapons, crafting resources, and in-game money in exchange for some real-life cash. I didn't even notice this feature until I'd beaten the game for the first time, and it simply isn't all that relevant. I shook my head, laughed, and started a new game. Mankind Divided has its problems, that's for sure, and it isn't quite the Deus Ex game of my dreams that I was hoping it would be, but the story is solid and backed with some killer side quests, amazing level design, and strong character interactions. There's more than enough momentum to launch the series into its next story, but I hope that I don't have to wait another 5 years just to play that one.